Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin and welcome back to the Call of Duty Black Ops 4 video. So the last time I really went in depth, talked about a class setup and about this weapon in particular was way back when the game first came out. And if you remember, when the game first came out, the SMGs were in pretty much a garbage state and they've been continually buffed since the release, and the ARs have been nerfed and brought, dialed back a little bit to a point where SMGs are, I would still say assault rifles are the more dominant group of weapons as of right now, but SMGs like the Spitfire, like the Cordite, like the SOG 9mm, stuff that people used to sleep on, you cannot sleep on these anymore. And today I'm going to talk about the best Spitfire, a new updated best Spitfire class setup for rocking it without the operator mod, as I really think this weapon is really simple and it can work for certain people that are looking for what this weapon has to give. If you guys could smack a like on this video, I would very much appreciate that. Let's go for 1,500 likes. That would be incredible. Smash that like button. I would appreciate that. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and I also want you guys to leave down in the comment section down below. What I'm going to be doing more of is comparing two weapons and also comparing weapons with their operator mod without. So for example, I could do a video comparing the Spitfire versus the SOG 9mm or something like that. Or I could also do a video comparing the Spitfire Wildfire versus the Spitfire without Wildfire. So I want you guys to, I've already done a couple comparison videos on this channel this year for Black Ops 4, but leave in the comment section down below which guns do you guys want me to compare, like top weapons in this game, like top SMGs, top tactical rifles, top ARs, this versus that, and also which guns do you want me to do a comparison of how it works with the operator mod versus how it works without the operator mod, and sort of, I think those could be really analytical, stat driven, and also opinion based videos, which could be very cool. So let me know that down in the comment section down below, and of course, I'll be reading through the comments and listening to what you guys want to see, because ultimately I love to make content, and I usually make content on stuff that I enjoy, but I also want to hear your guys' opinion on what you guys want to see, because I like most of these weapons in this game, especially when it comes down to tactical rifles, ARs, and SMGs. But that's just something for the comment section. Let's talk about this weapon. So last time I gave a class setup, I talked about how this weapon's strengths was if you throw the laser sights on it and go with the hip fire, and while that can work, and that is a dominant setup on PC, I feel like this weapon, this is a top 3, debatably top 2, some might even say top 1 SMG in this game. I would say probably top 2, top 3. And what's so good about the Spitfire, if we go through the stats, is the Spitfire actually has a 1051 RPM, or fire rate, which basically means that it's going to be faster than any of the other SMGs. It also only has 34 bullets or something like that in each magazine, so you can obviously come into trouble when you have a weapon that fires so fast with a moderately kind of a slow reload time. I would say, as far as the SMGs, the Spitfire has the slowest reload time aside from the Demon 3XB, which has a little bit of a longer one. It also has a slower ADS time, which is tied for the slowest ADS time other than the MX9. Now these are just split little things that can make a difference though, but how this weapon is used is, normally when I play firing range, I like to play a more defensive sort of play, but you can see firing range can be played on the offense or defense, and that's what makes a map so great and why it's one of the best maps in Call of Duty history, in my opinion. I'm not joking when I say that. Firing range is definitely one of the best maps in Call of Duty history, especially in Treyarch and the Black Ops series history. So with this weapon, I've redesigned and updated the class setup, and I've thought about it. So this weapon reminds me the most about the Vesper from Black Ops 3, which was debatably my favorite weapon in Black Ops 3. Of course there was times that it was nerfed and I didn't use it as much, but when it was in its great states, I totally rocked with the Vesper. But the thing is, that weapon was similar to this, however, it had a grip available, and there's no grip available on the Spitfire, so you can't go with that. So when I'm making my class setup and when I'm designing my class setup, I have to build it around something else. So build it around the strength. The strength of this weapon is up close or at SMG range, nothing's gonna beat it. It has a fast, nothing that's a normal weapon. It has a faster time to kill than any of the SMGs, without their operator mods, just normally, based off of the fact that that's just how this weapon works. I guess the Demon 3XB can get a faster time to kill if you have high caliber 2 and you just boom with those first 2 bursts, but in reality, we're talking about just a base gun and not with attachments. Spitfire does have that fastest time to kill, and where you're going to get burned is more at ranges and different stuff like that. So you can see here in the first round, I don't have the most insane first round. I'm not able to get that many streaks up, but in the second round of this gameplay is where I really start to go off, and you guys definitely should stick around and watch how I work on the second round, get the streaks, and have them absolutely punished. So yeah, in conclusion, this is a very, very good weapon. Its damage fall off rates are decently low, but they have updated that, and that's sort of one of the things that have made this weapon better over time, over the buffs. So let's go into a class setup. What do I rock with the setup for this gun as of right now? And this is a weapon that is exceptionally good on, like, I'm using it on something like firing range, and I go off and get a really good score, especially here in the second round. But using this on like Summit, you know, Morocco, even smaller maps, you guys know the ones that I'm talking about, Contraband, stuff like that, where it's tight, close quarters action, you can do even more damage. So let's throw the class setup up on the screen and talk about the class setup that I use here. What I rock with this is I rock with 2 attachments. Like I said, there's no grip available, so I go all in on fast mags combined with extended mags. Now, normally you wouldn't want to rock 2 of these, as it's kind of just overkill on your weapon, but for this one, the amount of the quickness that the Spitfire uses its ammo with, and if you run just fast mags, you can get in trouble on multi-kills. If you run just extended mags, you can get in trouble with that slow reload time. So I rock with both of them. I rock with the elo sight because I have an extra point available. I don't think you need the elo sight, but that's what I do to rock with it. And then my gear is ComSec device. Personally, honestly, I don't think ComSec device works the best with this. It's what I run because I'm kind of obsessed or addicted with it, because it's just such a damn good equipment to be able to, or gear, I guess you could say, to get you more kill streaks, and kill streaks are what gets you a huge amount of kills in this game. But if you just want to rush, yeah, this could work great with stim shot, especially because of how quick this weapon works. But the awesome thing about this compared to other SMGs or other guns where you might have to run 3 attachments is I get to go all in on the perks and sort of create what I would say is one of the best rushing classes in this game. Not the best rushing class, because that would probably be something with, you know, an operator mod or something that takes a little bit above and beyond, which I'll probably make a video on in the future. But this is definitely a very good rushing class, and with Flak Jacket, Tac Mask, Gung Ho, and then Dead Silence as my perks, not only do I have a rushing class, but I have one that, like, when you throw the wildfire on this, the fire rate just goes absolutely insane, and of course your time to kill is increased up close if you're hitting those shots, but gunfights like that are sort of pushing the mid-range, and that's what's nice about this Spitfire, is it actually does have a decent mid-range with 1051 RPM, as long as you can control this weapon. And much like I talk about with SMGs, you know, the assault rifles are a lot easier to control in this game, and with SMGs, because of how the EKIAs work, it's not all about getting kills. Getting damage is good. This is a weapon that's great to push and be aggressive with, as you can see me doing right here in this second half. I perform basically exactly what I want to do with this weapon, which is very good, but you have to understand its flaws and understand that the recoil, even up close, you can miss shots because the recoil pattern can go a little wonker, or, you know, bonkers, wonkers, whatever you want to call it. And the best way to practice that, and I totally advise this, and a lot of people say, blah, 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 this doesn't work as easy as you say it does. Trust me, if you put in time with anything, it's just like Fortnite. If you're bad at building, go to Playground, go to creative mode, and practice building for 2 hours. Watch YouTube videos, watch tutorials. You're gonna get better. It's always, you know, some people just have a lack of will to improve, which is totally cool. You can play this game casually. This is Call of Duty we're talking about. It's a pretty casual shooter. But you can also take it and use advanced analytics and stats, make your setups, and just a game like this, what I like about this game is that a game like Call of Duty, just having, like, there can be decent players that just run the wrong gun. They just use bad gun. You know, there's probably decent players out there that his favorite gun is the MX9, and if he was using the SOG 9mm in every scenario that he had used that MX9, his performance in KD might be, you know, 0.20 higher or something like that. And that's just based off of stats. And sure, it's kind of nerdy, I guess you could say, to analyze stats when it comes down to a game, but personally, I want to, you know, you're taking on however many gunfights, 100 gunfights a game, maybe in domination, you know, 50 to 100 gunfights a game, maybe less than that. Maybe we'll say 30 to 75 gunfights a game. I want the weapon that's, statistically is going to give me the best advantage. And that's why when you watch pro players, when there actually is money on the line and stuff like that, they don't use Gung Ho because Gung Ho was banned because it was such an overpowered second perk. But they rock with the Maddox and the SOG 9mm, and occasionally they'll pull out the ICR with no stock, but mainly only for search and destroy because you don't want to get caught without stock in a respawn game mode, usually, for the most part. You know, it's all personal preference. But you can see when there's money on the line, that's what the pro players go to. And I think the Spitfire is one that Overall, it might not be as good as the SOG 9mm. I'm not sure. I probably have to do a comparison video because this has its strengths over the SOG, but the SOG has its strengths as well. And you can see there the second half is where I did some damage. And unfortunately, if we didn't blow them out 200 to 100 and this game went a little bit longer, could have gotten even more kills. So that's something I noticed with this game is whenever the streaks are so strong that whenever I call them in, the streaks just start to dominate, and then the teammates will go in and cap flags. When you see a teammate on the flag cap, and you're like, hey, I might as well hop on and get the points, and then just, you know, the game ends really quick, but you are able to dominate. So this Spitfire, don't sleep on this. Use this, give this class setup a go, and let me know what more videos you guys want to see from me. Check out some of my other stuff. Drop a like on this thing if you guys could. Subscribe if you guys are new to the channel and not already subscribed. And yeah, check out some of my other vids up on the screen right now. I would appreciate that if you guys made it to the end. Check out some other vids. I got some interesting stuff that I've been uploading lately. I'm out. Peace. Have a great night, guys.